You guys want to rest here?
I think it's safe to rest here now. I think Hootle senses something.
You guys want to rest here?
Aw, who's a good boy? Wait, why am I petting you?
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I think it's time we go to sleep. Morning. Ready to head out?
I think it's safe to rest here now. Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle? Do you sense one of your friends? Toodle? Fire's a passive shot. Here I go. I'm only getting started.
Ignite! Prepare to be sealed! I'm on it!
It's a dual beyond. Do it. You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
This could be useful.
We should be able to cook here.
I feel all bent out of shape.
This is great. The taste and aroma will blow every... Shion, could we talk a moment?
I'd find a better place to sleep if I were you. Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Dahnan bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
What a rush!
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Now, let loose! Devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Here! Their hide is thick as armor! Annihilate
This was all mine!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Lightning orb!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Infernal Turret!
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What she said. Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I get singled out?
In here!
This one's mine!
Destruction!
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Armor won't save. What's this? Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used, even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason. It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
Forgive you!
Eat this! Destruction! Driving thrust!
Here's a healing hour!
Dragon
It's
Sword!
like trying to keep up with a wall!
Eternal Gothic!
Raging Hurricane!
Dragon Sword! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Dance in the wind!
Prepare to be sealed on a fleet of foot. Actually,
Do it!
pound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Let's refrain from losing. By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as mine. Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Indeed. Renan castles and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Dahnan ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already! This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
How can you be so calm listening to all of this? You suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm. We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because law's on. Take this.
I'm not done!
Dragon Shell!
Here's a healing arc!
This one's all mine!
First aid!
Ignite!
Largely human.
To stop you dying?
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady.
Something you wanted to say?
Destruction!
I'll be shady!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons. That's up my shield. Remind me to stay on your good side.
You require a help.
Air thrust!
We can really make weapons with this?
I won't forgive you!
I owe you one. Crush! Can't get out of this!
Into the shadows!
Eternal devastation!
You're done!
There you go!
Air thrust!
You got fire!
I'm done! Let a marksman handle it!
Take
I
this!
owe you all yours!
I can carve through armor!
Prepare to be sealed, though, at least at first. Actually, perhaps sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing!
Here I come! You're finished!
Into the
Eternal devastation! Dragon swarm!
Nothing gets by me.
Deny! Do it!
It's lost! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Air thrust!
Thank goodness we won. This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Eat dirt! Okay, here I go! Swallow blade!
I'm surrounded!
Infernal torrent!
Is it in the sky? It's mine!
Raging cascade!
Destruction!
Here, let me help!
Charge like that is easy to be faded.
Just as well, I'm here to stop you.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Not on my watch!
It must take guts to fight without a weapon.
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you? I'm not really built for close quarters combat. Nor am I. Don't worry. I'll help you keep a white guard.
Destruction! Slash!
Dance in the wind!
Eternal devastation!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you truly!
Fight without a weapon.
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
Your power is a spectacle to the...
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
What's this thing? What's this thing? Guess I misread the landing. Guess I misread the landing.
Man, I'm famished.
There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zeugles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
That can't be.
Look out!
We'll figure this out later. Right now, this thing needs dealing with.
I don't understand. Is Zaphod alive?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey, save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing!
Swallow Blade!
Please now.
Go for the weak point!
Saving this one.
This one's mine!
Destruction! Crush! I'm on! Destruction!
I'm out of ammo!
What can you do? Shining Supernova!
I'm on! Swallow Blade!
Hurricane!
Destruction! Dragon
Here
Form!
go! Raging Cascade!
Wind!
Into the
I'm on!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And tumbling to me!
I'm all stopped up! Mega
Eat
Ray!
this!
Burn!
Thunder Fury! It looks like you got this one covered!
Swallow Blade!
Hey,
I'm on! Dragon Swarm!
Sleep now! It's weakened!
Eat this!
This ends now!
Here goes Annihilation!
Good luck! Flaming Thrust!
Tear you apart! I'm on a roll
Get
now!
on in there with the others!
I'm not done!
Shining Supernova! More
Take it!
Dragon Frost! I'm only getting zero!
I'm on! Thrust! Swallow Blade!
Gemini Aqua!
Here on this!
Dance in the wind! Field!
Take this!
Get on in there with the
Eat
others!
this!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
Where are you going? Raging Cascade!
Here we go
Take
again!
dance in the wind!
Dragon Swarm! Doubling! In an instant! Impact Block!
Eat this!
Swallow Blade!
Armor won't save you!
Dance in the wind!
Ether!
Sleep
Swallow
now!
Blade!
Denied! More for the stockpile! They're not playing around!
Strike!
More with that
Here, let me help.
First aid!
Okay, here I go! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade!
Gemini Aqua! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! Try harder! Swallow Blade!
Raging Cascade!
Now we're first strike! Strike! No further!
Get on in there!
Swallow Blade!
Help it!
First strike! Dragon Swarm!
Here's a healing art.
More Zeugles?
Keep calm and take them down.
Dragon Swarm!
Eat this!
Swallow Blade! Here I go!
Ready
Now's our chance!
You picked the wrong fight!
Chinese Supernova! Raging Cascade!
Okay.
Ultimate Spray! I never miss! Cover the capture!
Take this! You're finished!
Here, let me help! Raging Cascade! Leap to the shadow! Arc Seal!
I'm not done!
Confiscated! The enemy is going all out!
Far enough!
Here, let me help! First
Raging
Raging Orb!
Dragon
Shell!
You're mine! You're finished!
You got something in! You're mine!
Here comes something new!
Try to dodge!
It's over! Watch it!
In here! I'll be
Here we
saving
go!
this way.
Destruction! Ignite!
Let me help! Photon
First
Slash!
strike! Slash!
Here's a healing art!
I'm on it!
First aid!
Now I can let you watch it!
Thunder!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help!
Slash!
First aid!
Solar
Raging
Blade!
Cascade!
Power Storm!
Damage
Here I
to the
come!
berry!
I'm not done!
Sweet girl!
Rising
Here's
Armor
the
won't
evil!
save you!
Get out of
Slash!
there with the others! Light
First
Hunter!
strike! Swallow Blade!
Dance to the wind!
Dragon Shell! Slash!
I'll be saving this water! Water! Lock and roll!
Ruin! Get it up!
Sleep now! Where are you going?
There you are!
Saving this way! Here's a healing art! First lightning orb!
Swallow Blade!
Banana! Let's go! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niaz.
Shion, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap, remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Shion. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns, I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died, I knew I would be alone.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renis Alma.
The Renis Alma?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the Crown Contest, the new Sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shion, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
Like it or not, you're going to have to get used to relying on us every now and then.
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Dahnan Liberation and the Renis Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us. If we have any hope of finding this Lord and their Master Core, we start by heading back to Nias.
Man, who would have thought we'd ever get thanked by Shion?
Sounds like someone wants me to grab their arm.
I'm joking! Damn, you're scary sometimes.
Shion's not...
I can't believe this. To think they would give us a bad lead like that. Where could that Lord actually be?
Beats me. That said, there's no point wandering around aimlessly trying to look for her. We should head back to Nias for now.
What's wrong, Kisara?
Oh, I was just thinking about what it meant for there to be castles here on Dahna. People build castles to protect things that are important for one reason or another. But not simply that. They're also used to project a ruler's power.
So what you're saying is, even before the Renans invaded, the Dahnans were still being ruled over. It was just by other Dahnans.
That's most likely the case, yeah. Though who knows how they led their people.
But after seeing Deadeye, I can't picture them being all that benevolent themselves.
What if it's in everyone's nature to rule over and control others? What are we supposed to do about that?
If it really is in our nature, then no. All that means is we have all the more reason to fight it. That's all there is to it.
I think Hootle senses something. I think Hootle senses something.
About damn time.
Took long enough.
But that's...
Right. I can't wait. Head on over to the plaza.
What's going on? It seems busier here than before.
Hey, look! Isn't that Bayfon over there?
Ah, there you are. It seems I owe you all an apology. I'm guessing you didn't find the Lord back in the forest, did you?
No, but something tells me you already knew that.
That I did. Turns out I bit down on some bad intel when I should have known better. Apparently, Deadeye's not as trusting of me as I thought.
But why would he feed you bad intel?
My guess? He wanted me to lead you all astray. Make sure you weren't sniffing around where he didn't want you to be.
While you were off in the forest, I got word that one of our squads captured the Lord.
The place wasn't even close to where you were searching.
I see. Well, the important thing is that you finally caught her. Did you suffer many casualties?
You're not going to believe this, but she didn't even put up a fight. She had no escort either.
Well, what about her Master Core? Was it recovered?
Sorry. They only briefed me on the basics. For now, Deadeye's getting ready to make his victory speech out in the plaza. In the meantime, I'd been ordered to set up a defense perimeter around the outside of the city. So I'll be out of town for a while. I imagine Deadeye will announce what he intends to do with the Lord during his speech. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Anyway, until next time.
A Renan Lord surrendering without a fight? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm afraid I can't say I know much of her lordship personally.
There's a lot about this that doesn't make sense. The Master Core is a concern too. Let's stick around like Bayfon suggested and see what happens. We don't leave until we get to the bottom of this. I'm worried about just what Deadheim has in store for Almeidrea. For now, let's in until he gives us victory speech. You see anybody around? Here who could use our help?
These must be the Dahnans the Darkwings freed.
Yeah. The city might be in ruins. The people have risen from the ashes.
This is the place Bayfon said Deadheim would reveal the Lord's fate. I wonder what he'll do to her.
Well... Is that...
Yes. It's Lord Almeidrea Kynaris.
Please stop! No good can come of such hatred. Stop or there'll be no turning back.
Is this supposed to be justice? Astral energy? Why now?
You don't think that...
The fruit of Helgen!
I did warn you, did I not? Nothing good can ever come of such nasty hatred.
I found you at last.
I swear it. I'll make you pay for what you did to my parents!
What do we have here? Could it really be the witch from Dana? Honestly, I thought I had wiped all of you out of existence back then. I guess there was one survivor after all.
Hey, Rinwell!
Shut up! This is the only thing that's keeping me going anymore. Stay out of my way or I'll kill you!
Rinwell.
I'll kill you. I swear it. I will kill you! What did you... Why are you defending her?
I'm not really sure, you know. But when I look into your eyes, I can't let you do it.
What about you? Are you not the one who got revenge for his father? Don't I deserve that as much as you? Move aside. If you don't, then I'll blast you again.
Even so, sorry. I'm afraid that I can't let you do that. No way. I can't let you kill her. Not while your face is full of the same hatred as those people who died.
You saw what she did. What are you saying? She should just get away with it all?
You're right. Rinwell. I don't know what I'm doing. But still, I know it's wrong. If you go through with this, I know you'll regret it. I'm sorry. I am. Forgive me.
I can't believe you. You, of all people. Of all the people! Why did you... Why you lost?
Is your little show quite finished?
Why, you...
For many years of my life, I devoted myself to the study of astral arts. But the knowledge I took from your family was truly enlightening indeed. For that, you deserve a reward. I shall allow you to taste one of the fruits of my labor. Rearranging life and death. new hellish compositions. That is what I do best.
Now go!
Law, I'm...
Sorry for almost blowing me up? Hey, not like it's the first time. Come on, we need to take her down.
Okay.
Swallow blade!
Here! Flush!
Here's the
It'll work!
Here's evil!
Destruction! It's on! Eat dirt!
Glacial spear! Here's
Come on,
evil!
roll now.
Raging cascade!
Crush!
Stop!
Brett! Freeze blaster!
Big blast!
I'm not done! Dragon swarm!
Steering thunder field! Reload! Dance to the wind!
Denied!
I'm all stuck up! Annihilation!
Now this! In a bind?
It's over!
Slash!
Swallow blade!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
In here! More for the stockpile! Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Crush!
Flush! All day!
Infernal torrent!
Let me help! Seal!
Destruction!
I'll be safe!
This one's all mine! Ignite!
Photon blast! This one's mine!
Where are you going? I'm just getting started!
Sleep now!
I'm on it!
Here's a healing
I'll
archive!
smash you!
First aid!
Thanks.
Here's arch
Blow
shield!
away!
Steering flare! Reload! Red confiscated! Here I go!
I'm on Swallow
My
blade!
Raging
Take
cascade!
this!
Downfall! Sleep now! I'm all stopped up! I'll be ready to go!
Swallow blade!
Denied! Photon blast!
We're all in pain.
Here comes steering flare! Dance in the wind! Glacial spear! Here's the
Ignite!
evil! More for the stockpile! Freeze blaster!
Swallow blade!
More for
Swallow blade! Crush!
I'm out of ammo! Supernova! Photon blast! Raging cascade!
Swallow blade!
Sleep now! Lightning!
Infernal torrent!
Downfall!
Roll now!
Swallow blade!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Blah blah blah!
Rising
First
Falcon!
aid!
Thanks!
Freeze blaster!
Swallow blade!
Maverick!
This is looking good!
Lightning! Raging
If it's in the sky,
it's mine! Field!
Swallow blade!
I'll be saving this one!
Swallow blade!
Dragon shell! First
I owe
aid!
you one!
Eat this!
That tail's a problem.
Then let's focus there first.
Back into the fray! Dance in the wind!
Talon Hurricane! Far enough!
Dragon!
No further!
Now! Here, let me help!
Dominate! In an instant! Impact block!
Here, let me help!
Slash!
First aid!
Swallow blade!
Watch something's different from before.
It's about to come at us! Look sharp! Look there! Where did that come from?
Slash!
Hurricane shattering the pieces!
Swallow blade!
I'll smash you!
Field! I'll
Slash!
eat it!
Stop!
Over?
I'm on it! You're done!
Blow away!
Not done yet!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Swallow blade!
Now in the glue!
Swallow blade!
Dragon shell!
Radiant
Nothing
spear!
gets by me!
My astral energy! Raging cascade!
Prepare to be sealed!
In here! Put the mark! Saving this one! Here's a healing arc! Field! First aid! Here I go! I'm only getting started! I'll be annihilation!
All mine!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning back!
Ignite!
Here, let me help!
Now you see what I can do!
Field! More for the
See what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done
Dragon
that.
swarm!
In a bind?
Here with that
Far
flame of
enough.
fury!
Stop!
Burning lightning orb!
I'm on it! Talon Hurricane!
Take that!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here, let me
Swallow
eat
blade!
this! Lightning orb!
Destruction! I'm on it!
Talon Hurricane!
Be still!
Annihilation! Mega ray! Photon raging
Swallow
cascade!
blade! Dragon swarm!
Here, let me help!
Try harder!
Talon
Dragon
Hurricane!
swarm!
Lightning orb! My astral dance in the wind! Radiant light!
Dazzle!
In here!
First strike! It's on! Easter!
I never miss!
Swallow blade! Slash!
Here, let me help!
Slash! Prepare to be
My
seized!
astral raging cascade!
Can't get out of this!
Radiant pierce! Dance in the wind, not in your dreams!
Talon
Denied! Reload! I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray! In here!
I'm just getting
Swallow blade!
Dragon Shell! Slash!
Blah, 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 magic! Free Lancer!
Swallow blade!
Nova!
I'm on crook! Coming Swallow blade!
Burn it!
Frickin' does it!
Here goes!
Freeze
Lancer!
Hurricane! That frickin' does it! Slash! Dragon Shell!
Here, let me help! Raging
Swallow
cascade!
blade!
First
Try
aid!
this!
Sleep now.
Inferno turret! Slash! It's gone! Burn!
You're done! Here, let me help!
Sword! Swallow blade! I owe you one.
Anything in armor is all mine. I'm on a roll now.
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Do you require a hand?
In a bind?
Here, let me help!
Nothing you guys try me.
Far enough! Primed and ready! I never miss!
I'll tear you
Here,
apart.
let me help!
Destruction!
First aid!
That spot.
Lightning
Dragon
raging
Swarm!
cascade! Arch steel! Not on my watch! I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray! Just what the Here's
This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah. But Almeidrea got away. Linwell, are you...
What the hell happened here?
Bayfon, is that you? Thank goodness you're okay.
I've been outside the city this whole time, but I sensed a disturbance in the wind and decided to turn back. What happened here? Where is everybody?
Almeidrea's handiwork. She allowed herself to be captured so she could rile up the Danans into a frenzy and rob them of their astral energy. She wiped out almost everyone in the plaza, including Deadheim.
Deadheim's dead. Everyone. And the Darkwings. Almost all of our companions in the Resistance. How could this happen?
Regardless of what she had to gain, what kind of person would do something like that?
If she managed to find kinship in Kelzelik, then I'd say the very worst kind. It's clear now that she used Menancia as a testing ground for the fruits of Helgen, before using them here.
So everything that led up to this moment was all a part of her plan.
Once she knew they'd eaten enough tainted food, she just needed to get herself caught.
We have to go after her. Balseph and Ganabelt were horrible, but Almeidrea makes them look like saints. I doubt she's really gone back into hiding. We have to put an end to this once and for all.
Yeah, what she's done can't be forgiven.
I don't know what to do. I saw what hatred did to those people, but hating her is the only thing that's kept me going. I can't just stop hating her. What am I supposed to do? Tell me. Smile at her from across the battlefield? Apologize while we fight her? I don't know if I can do that.
Rinwell.
Nobody can understand what you've been through. We can't even begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. But if hate is what has kept you going ever since that day, then let it be your strength. However, think about this. When you've had your revenge, when we've beaten Almeidrea, then what will you do?
Huh?
I'm saying you're going to have to find a way to survive once that hatred is gone. When it is, what do you plan on doing then?
I don't know. I've never thought about it before.
Almeidrea's death doesn't have to be your end too. You need a reason to live, Rinwell, not an excuse to die. Understand?
She's right. We could never truly know the pain that Almeidrea has caused you. But I think you should listen to Shion. Give yourself time to consider things. And if it's too much right now, it's okay for you to sit this one out.
No. My head might be a mess right now, but I'm not letting you fight Almeidrea without me. I need to be there. Please. That much I do know. I'm going with you. And on the road, I'll think about it. A reason to live. Without hate.
That said, it'll be no good chasing after her blind with no idea where she went. Beifan, do you have any ideas where she might have gone?
I can't say for sure, but west of here is an underground harbor along a cliff near the coast. She spent years building a ship there, a floating fortress that she called her castle on the sea. No one quite knew why she wanted the thing, but now...
Of course. She's already effectively destroyed her own capital. It's likely she planned to abandon her realm as well.
Right. That's as good a lead as any. Let's go. What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good, I'll bet.
We'll stop it this time.
I still can't believe what that Almeidrea did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Yeah! There's no way she's getting away with this!
Then we head for the underground docks. We need to hurry. Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah. My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding. Until one day when we were found. and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almeidrea who did it.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Rinwell.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Dahnan mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Dahnan?
Rinwell.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Law.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be someone who could use our help. You sense one of your pals, Hootle? I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
Why didn't the Renans take advantage of all of these ruins around here? It seems like a missed opportunity.
Most likely because it would be inefficient for harvesting astral energy. That's what dictates the current positions of each realm's capital.
Plus, Renans are averse to using anything that belongs to the Dahnans.
Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zeugles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of...
Little help!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Anything normal!
It can hide itself? Amazing!
I really know you are. Destruction!
Eat this! I fear! Carve through!
I'm on it! No! Lunar Rondo! Rising Falcon! Swallow!
I can handle it!
No further! Slash! Swallow blade!
Blow away!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Swarm!
Air thrust! Lunar bolt! Mega ray!
Swallow blade!
Denied!
Raging Swallow!
Here's the healing art! I never miss!
Destruction! Burn!
I'm on it!
I'll fix you up! Raging
There you are!
Here's the healing art! In the wind! Here's the
Not on my watch! Radiant here! Now you see what I can do!
I'm on it!
Thunder field!
That frickin' does it!
Crush! Slash!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Destruction!
It's time! Can't get out of this!
Eat this!
Thanks!
Light as a raging cascade!
Eat this! I'm ready!
Mega ray!
Swallow blade! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Good! I'll leave it to you!
Here, let me help!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Hey! Anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Rinwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
Hey, it's that ingredient.
Yeah, the one for that recipe.
You always have an eye for food.
There are still so many creatures we don't...
That was nothing.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
You sense one of your pals, Hootle? Hey, look at that enemy! It's shining! You sense one of your pals, Hootle?
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Eternal devastation!
Armor won't save
Now!
you!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Radiant light! Here! I'm
Leave
out of
the
ammo!
ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Where are you going? Raging Cascade!
Swallow blade!
In
Slide!
here! Downward forward! More for the south side! Do it!
This!
Magic is am!
Eat dirt!
That's enough!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor. You guys want to rest here?
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Dammits. Think they were forced to work?
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
It's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take... Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
So good. You all right?
The floor... it keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings...
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans. But then I met Shionne and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Miguel, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shionne.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodia's Dahnans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Xion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But...
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well... I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
The only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shionne.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shionne?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag Saar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Get in, get out! Bring him down!
Swallow Blade!
Fire support!
Talon Hurricane!
You'll have no mercy!
Take this! Do it!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
We can really make weapons with this? It's on!
I see one, eh? Swallow Blade!
Eat this!
Swallow Blade! Locked and loaded! Dragon Swarm!
No shield can stand up to these fists!
Hold my levers!
Do it!
Here's here! Now!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Oh, violence already wins.
Come on, roll now!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
It's almost too strong! It'll split it up! Be my guest!
More with that
Lightning
thrust!
thrust!
Do it!
Rising
Air
Alchemy! In an instant! Impact Rock!
Nice.
Huh?
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
I'll have to take my revenge on you! If it's in the sky, it's not!
Rising
Far enough!
Dragon Swarm!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Slash!
Here goes!
Can't get out of there!
Here's another! One last one!
Onward and upward. This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Take this! Dragon Swarm! Burn it all!
You think that shield will save you?
Not on my watch!
Out of the way!
Armor won't save you! Fire support!
Destruction!
Do it!
Lightning orb!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Glacial Spear.
Pierce evil!
I'll finish you
My
here!
blaze in the wind! Steel! More for the stockpile! Lightning! Down! Silver steel!
Here I come!
Mega ray! Do it! Air drop!
I need to be stronger.
I won't show you any mercy! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Dance in the wind!
Burn!
Sleep now.
Rising
Blaze
Crusher!
Blazer!
You're done! Dragon Force!
Let me help. Now!
Dueling! In an instant! Impact Cross! Onward and upward. What's this thing?
You got it! Display!
Eat this! Destruction!
Oh,
I'll smash you!
let the marksman handle
Here I
this.
come!
You'll pay for what you did!
Swallow Blade!
Away! Now!
Dueling! In an instant! Impact Cross!
Dance in the wind!
Take this! Swallow Blade!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Destruction!
Swallow Dance! Destruction!
Punch that gun out of your hand!
The Rebel!
I'm out of air! Ready to go! Air do it! Frozen!
Hammer!
Radiant Spear!
Can't get out of this!
Thunder Field! Raging
Swallow Blade!
Cascade!
Eat this!
Pierce Evil!
You picked the wrong fight!
In here!
There you are!
Pierce Evil! In here! Freeze Laser! I'll be saving this one!
Flush!
Thunder Field! Mega Blade!
Destruction!
Raging Cascade!
Destruction!
Air Blade!
Nothing gets my dance! Denied! Do it!
Lightning!
All yours, Kisara!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
don't seem like your run-of-the-mill zoo goals to remnants.
Right, here goes! I see one, eh? Burn!
In a bind?
On your feet! I'm going in! Got you now!
I'll smash you!
Got flyers!
I'm Dr. Let a marksman handle it.
The enemy wields
All yours! Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Too fast!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Swallow Blade!
Lightning! Raging
Now or never.
Mega Ray! Here! Into the fray!
This one's all mine!
More for the left
Crush! Sword! Not today!
Here's a healing arc!
It's almost too strong! Split it open! Be my guest! Destruction!
Far enough! If it's in the sky, it's mine now! This one's mine! Blah, 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 Seal! I'll be saving this one!
Pieces! Smash you!
Confiscated!
Swallow Blade!
Freaking doesn't!
Not today!
Here's a healing
You require a hand.
Take this!
Lightning orb!
I'll tear you apart!
Annihilation! Pyramid! Flaming Thunder field! Raging Tempest!
Respect! Infernal Torrent!
Here's a healing arc!
Taloned Swallow Blade! Dazzle!
Photon
Swallow Blade!
Raging
Try this!
Cascade!
Nothing gets by me! That's enough! Denied!
Swallow Blade! Destruction!
Hurricane!
Clock quietly! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Into the wind! Steel! Not in your dreams! Searing
Rising
flame!
Falcon! Burn!
Reload!
Do as I say!
Pieces! Attack time!
First aid!
Construction!
Thunder field!
Solid
Storm! Raging Cascade! Hurricane field! Where are you going?
Crush!
More for the stockpile! This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute. Don't push yourself too hard.
Here, let me help.
Damn it, bandit!
First aid!
Do
Do it!
Here I come!
Chinese overdose! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Take it! Got you! Talon dance in the wind!
Nothing gets by me!
Talon hurricane!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Raging cascade!
Crush!
Radiant blood!
Burn in hell!
Here! Seal!
Dragon!
I'll finish you here and now!
Power blade!
Reload!
Crush!
Dance in the wind!
Destruction! Take this!
Here's a
Here
healing
I come!
orb! Light astral energy! More with
Swallow blade!
Lightning orb!
Eternal
Light
torrent!
astral energy cascade!
All good things
Here's
come
a
to
healing
an end.
orb!
Throw away! Destruction! Destruction!
Transform away! Burning strike! Sleep now, glacial spear! Here's the evil side! Freeze laser!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Mine.
Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
No more playing nice!
Swallow blade! Burn!
Eat this! Whirlwind snap! And thrust! Here's a healing arm!
Leave
Light
the target
astral
to me.
energy! Dinner! You alright?
I know you won't.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Here's the evil.
Armor won't save you.
Freeze laser! Thunder! Here, let me help! First aid! Swallow dance!
Dragon swarm!
Eat this! Downfall! More for the south side! Here! Radiant cascade! Fire!
I owe you one.
Talon
Eternal
hurricane!
devastation! Crush!
Thunder field!
I'm on it!
Dragon hurricane! First aid!
No, I won't give in.
Light astral energy!
Take
Here's
this.
evil! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Not my finest.
You'll pay for that! Astral Art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Raging cascade! Let me help!
Not done yet.
You picked the wrong fucker!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There's always room for improvement. This looks nice and tough.
ingredient.
Yeah, the one for that recipe.
You always have an eye for food.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Barrier. That may indicate Almeidrea is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow.
Let's see if we can find something that'll release it.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidrea sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidrea's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidrea may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidrea. What's this thing?
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
No backing down!
Any more of this and I'll burn out.
Swallow them! Crush! Destruction!
These ones can run rings around us! Burning
Glacial Spear!
I'm on it! Destruction! Dragon shout! Ready and wait!
Dance in the wind!
I'll smash you!
Gemini audio!
Leave the chargers to me! Scoot back!
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Ignite! Eat this!
Not in your dreams!
Seems about right to me.
No further! Shion!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
There! Dragon Shell! Now! I'm on top! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Let's refrain from losing.
Looks like we got them all.
Hi, Hoodle! Here I go!
It's on! Ignite! Swallow blade!
Dance in the wind!
We're not finished!
Leave the charges to me!
Far enough!
Can't get out of this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Dance in the wind! Not on my watch!
I'm on it!
Dance in the wind! There! I never miss! Air powered hurricane! Like Astral Energy!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
You picked the wrong fight!
You won't make a fool of me!
Lightning Raging Cascade! Field!
I'm on it! Destruction!
I'll be ready!
Blow away!
Here's
Double way!
Dance in the wind!
Eternal devastation!
Come on
now! I'll keep you wrecked!
Here's the evil!
I'm on it!
Chinese Hurricane!
Take
Where
that!
would that came from?
Eat this! Rolling snap! Swallow blade!
Dragon
Shell!
I can handle it! Burning Blade!
No further!
Here's the evil!
Hurricane! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Onward and upward.
That equipment should come in handy.
Out of our way!
You're mine! Swallow blade! Dragon Shell!
Radiant Pierce! Raging Cascade!
You picked the wrong fight!
Raging Cascade! I'm all stopped up! In here! This one's mine! Not on my watch!
Do it! Run you through!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Swallow blade! I'm on it! Out of the way!
Eat this!
Tear you apart!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Onward and upward.
Get lost!
Now!
Here's a healing arm!
There you are!
Go get it! Light astral energy!
Go away!
Light careful! It has some kind of camouflage! Here, let me help.
I'm on it! Destruction! Burn it!
Leave the charges to me! Now!
No further!
Denied!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Here, let me help!
Swallow Blade! Armor won't save you!
I owe you
Here's
one! Swallow Blade!
Here's a healing
Swallow
arm!
Blade! This one's all mine! Burn! On your...
Talon Hurricane! Radiant Pierce! Lightning Orb! Here, let me help! Raging Cascade! First aid!
Swallow Blade!
In ready!
Crush!
Not on my watch!
Clutch! Swallow Blade! Here I come!
Handle this!
Flash! It's over!
Here, let me help!
On your knees! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Talon Storm! Dance in the wind! In here!
Away! Don't lose it!
Everything does it!
Crush!
By the power of
Destruction!
Laser Field!
Nothing gets by me!
Far enough!
Burn in hell!
Dance in the wind! Searing
Flash!
Flame!
Swallow Blade!
I'll be saving this
Swallow
one!
Blade!
Radiant Blood! Here!
Take this! Now you see what I can... I'm just getting started! A charge like that could easily be fatal. Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Destruction! Stay away from my friend!
Megaray!
Ignite!
Searing Flame! Reload!
Dragon Swarm!
In a bind? You shouldn't have messed with me.
Flash! Swallow Blade!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here's a healing arm!
Any more of this and I'll burn out.
I'll crush you!
That's my cue!
Shut him
Lightning
down!
reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Here we go again.
Swallow
Here,
Blade!
let me help!
First strike!
First aid! Thank you.
Try harder!
Primed and ready! This one's mine!
I can handle it! I'm on it!
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Far enough! Dragon Shell!
Slash! This one's all mine! Infernal Torrent! Burn in hell!
Annihilate in the wind!
Here we go again!
Here, let me help! Here's first aid! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more. I can feel my power growing.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking.
What's wrong, sweetie?
just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be? Do you sense one of your friends, Noodle?
The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
Do you sense one of your friends, Noodle?
this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard.
Let's dispose of the trash.
This should do it!
Confiscated!
Take care! It's time!
Radiant blood! Here goes!
Armor
I'll
won't
shoot them out of the sky!
Go get him!
Destruction!
Raging cascade!
Aim for their weak spot!
Burning strike!
Eat this!
Glacial steel!
Strike!
Here's evil!
Swallow blade!
In
You're
there!
mine!
Freeze lancer!
You're finished!
Now I'm in the groove!
Destruction!
Magic is there! Cross blade!
It's done!
Here's evil!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here's a freeze lancer!
Crush!
Dance in the wind!
Big blast!
Destruction!
Glacial spear! Here's evil! Saving this one!
An astral arc?
That's my cue! Freeze
You're
lancer!
finished! Shut him down!
Swallow blade!
Swallow blade! Destruction!
That's freaking done! I'll be saving this one! This one's mine! Where are you going?
Try harder!
More without
Destruction! Crush! I'm on it! Here I come!
Sleep now!
Crush!
I'll be
Now you
saving
see
this
what I
one!
can do!
Dragon Swarm! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Eat this! Take this! Can't get out of this!
I'm out of ammo!
Swallow
Back
blade!
to the fray!
Ignite!
Raging annihilation! Here goes!
Dragon
Not in your
Swarm!
dreams! By the power of water!
Swallow
Raging
blade!
cascade!
Slash! I'm on
Slash!
it!
Dance in the wind!
Eat this!
Steel!
Swallow blade!
For the stockpile!
First strike! I'll run you through!
Spirit flame! Reload! Here's a healing arc! First aid!
I'm ready!
My astral
Swallow
energy!
blade!
Far enough!
Dragon Swarm!
Okay!
Dance in the wind!
Swallow blade!
Here!
Eternal devastation! First strike!
Now!
Destruction! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Hey! Anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almeidria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Well, with only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almeidria.
There she is! Almeidria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almeidria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in the eggs. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesvold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Here, flame of fury!
Glacial Spear!
Here's evil!
Swallow Blade! Strike!
I never miss!
Swallow Blade!
No further!
Photon dance in the wind! Radiant love here!
Dragon, leave the charges to me!
Searing flames!
Right!
Reload!
Destruction!
Into the shadows!
Destruction!
Away!
Destroy! Stay away!
Destruction!
This is looking good! I can carve through armor! Know your place! Whirlwind snap! What's this?
Not done yet!
Eat this!
Destruction!
Annihilation!
Destruction! Dragon Swarm!
Swallow dance!
Rising Super
Right.
Mega
I'm
Ray!
on it!
More where that came from!
Right. Swallow blade!
Thunder Field!
I'm ready!
Dance in the
Swallow
wind!
blade!
On the air! Coming flame of fury! Burning
Hurricane! Can't get out of this!
Lightning ready! Radiant
Denied!
Dragon
Not in
Swarm!
your dreams!
I'm on it!
Swallow
No
Blade!
touch left!
Destruction!
Flame of fury!
I'm on it!
Lightning orb!
This one's all
Here's
mine!
the healing art!
Not today!
Now you see what I can do!
First aid!
Swallow
Raging
blade!
cascade!
You're done!
Destruction!
I'll be saving this one! Field!
Now I'm in the groove!
Mega Ray! Thunder Field!
Turn!
I'm all stuffed up!
Dragon Swarm!
What? What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Swallow Blade! Crush! Swallow Blade!
Take this! I know you can't get out of this!
Not today!
This one's mine!
Destruction!
Here, Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Thunder field! Freeze blade! Ready!
Destruction! First strike! Crush!
Now you see what I can do! Dare you!
Destruction!
Talon Hurricane!
Eternal devastation!
Sleep now!
Crush!
Swallow blade!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Light Astro dance in the wind! Sleep now!
Stay away from my friends!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Destruction!
Damn it!
Radiant dance in the wind! Sleep now! Let me help!
Rising Falcon! Destruction!
Searing flame! Reload!
Talon Hurricane!
You're mine! It's over! This one's all mine! Burn!
Lightning orb! This one's mine!
Swallow Blade!
Now I'm in the groove!
Gemini Light Astro Energy!
Far enough!
Dragon Swarm! First strike!
Radiant Rarity!
Radiant
Now you see what I can do!
Here!
Dance for me!
Here's the healing art! More with that game!
Talon Hurricane!
Destruction!
Supernova!
Swallow Blade!
Here's the healer! Do it! Shion! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away!
I'll bring you back from here. Not in your dreams. Resuscitation. Here's a healing eye.
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
Shatter
Break
on!
it up.
Oh! Now I'm real mad! I've let you all down.
You'll pay for that!
Dance in the wind! In here! Here's a healing arm! I'll be saving Portland!
There you go again!
This one's mine! I never miss! Thunder Field!
There you go! That cricket does it!
In here!
This one's all mine!
I'll be saving this well!
How's that? Wits about you people!
Armor won't save you!
Forward blade!
Hurricane!
You're mine!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall of impending calamity!
In your dreams!
Blow away!
Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special. And now, they're mine! Here's mine!
over! No! Can't end here! This should do it! Try harder! My turn!
No pace for that!
Destruction!
Come on, that's freaking does it!
In here!
Destruction! I'm not done!
More for the stockpile! Primed and ready!
You're mine!
Go time! I never miss!
It's over! Can't move!
In here! Burning! Glacial spear! Pierce ether!
Right!
Here we go!
Radiant is the wind! Air drop! I'm out! Light axe raging cascade!
Prepare to be seized! Now you see what I can do!
Lightning! More for the stockpile!
Swallow blade!
Arc field! I'm only getting started! Lightning! Annihilation!
Rising Falcon! Strike! You're finished! It's on!
I'll tear you apart! Denied! Reload! More for the...
Watch this! I can't move!
Burning strike! Searing strike! Dance in the wind! In here! I'm out of ammo! I'll be saving to the fray!
First strike!
More round and run! This one's mine! Light after dance in the wind!
Now you see what I can do!
Here! Lightning! I'll be saving this one! Talon storm! Raging cascade! Radiant pierce! Now expect weapons! Behold! In here! I'll be saving master this one! Not while I'm... Round she isn't. Dance in the wind! I'm only getting started.
Dragon Swarm!
I'll never forgive you.
What?
I'll take you down. You don't scare me.
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now.
Destruction! Not today! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Betrayal devastation!
More for the stockpile.
Dragon Swarm!
You will suffer. Annihilation. Mega Red, I'm ready.
Let's have some go again!
You're on!
Talon Hurricane!
Where are you going?
Armor won't save you!
Behold
my
true power!
Here I come!
I'm all fucked up! I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. On Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in, and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Come and find me. If you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. just wanted to go back. To Dena. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
Live for me.
No. Leori. No! Wait, please. Wait, What was that? How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Leori. Shion. Damn it.
Take this! It's on! Rising Falcon! You picked the wrong fight! Slash! Here I come! Take this! You're finished! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! Wind! Slash! Take this! Destruction! Rising Falcon! Crush! Be still! Crush! I'm not done! one's all mine! Dragon Swarm! Crush! Destruction! Dragon Swarm! Wind! Luna Rondo! Mirage! Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm! Great! Next! Here I come! Crush! Dragon Swarm! Crush! Swallow Blade! Take this! Take this! Swallow Blade! Take this! There! Slash! Crush! It's on! Eat dirt! Slash! Destruction! Swallow Blade! Slash! Destruction! Crush! Swallow Blade! Crush! Slash! Swallow Blade! Slash! Take this! You're finished! Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done! Slash! Crush!
Alvin?
Rinwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Huro senses an owl around here. Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Dahnans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Dahnan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area is teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now. I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep...
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imerys.
Imerys? As in Xion Imerys?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen.
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their... so...
All I know is Shion needs our help.
Say, how did you get back?
I came down in a Renan starship.
What happened to her?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given.
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Dahnans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't be it several centuries ago.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep...
And I was out of line. I had no right...
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, what is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion. And now it's you. All of us suffering. Just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What will I even accomplish going alone?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Xion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zuko policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
In here!
Take
If
this.
it hides, just bash it out again!
In a vine.
It's almost too strong.
Split it open.
Be my guest. Take this. You're finished. Destruction. Take this. I'm on. Total devastation.
Raging Cascade! Meteor! Dance in the wind!
Destruction. This one's all mine.
Dance in the wind!
Portal blade. You picked the wrong fight.
Mine. Big blast. Ready and ready. Look sharp. I can carve through. I'm on a roll now. Tiger blade.
Dance in the
Dragon swarm.
Eat that, pal.
Not in your dreams!
Slash. Portal blade. Slash. You're finished.
Eat this.
Portal blade.
Do it.
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Raging Cascade!
Portal blade.
Storm. On guard.
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that!
Portal blade.
Freeze Lancer!
Swallow dance.
Sweet dreams!
Whirlwind snap.
Going in!
Destruction. Dragon swarm.
Tiger blade.
Dance in the wind!
Do it.
Dazzle. Durley. In an instant. Impact cross.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Okay.
Why? Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not...
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistleim was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, A part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.